The term imagined communities comes from Benedict Anderson's book with the same name. It touches on nationalism and a sense of belonging amongst a group or community. Imagined communities are people who perceive themselves as part of a group where they feel they belong. Although this is mostly applicable when talking about nationalism and how citizens feel connected to their country, imagined communities are absolutely everywhere.
An example of an imagined community that we see in everyday life is social media. Social media provides an outlet for people to go on and express their views and interests. Thousands of people having different views, we decide whether or not to follow them. Creators who have developed their own following have built small imagined communities that contain history, inside jokes, and a shared interest among those who are active in that community. These communities are developed as conforming to a group. It gives a sense of belonging, which is ultimately what social media is, except it is very easy to exist amongst plenty of imagined communities.
One example of an imagined community that we talked about in class was with Brazil. The national agenda that went with Carmen Miranda was a prime example of the government analyzing nationalism in hopes of changing the look of their imagined community. To make their community appear more fair-skinned, there was a lot of propaganda artwork where everyone in the community of Brazil was white. Carmen Miranda, as the new face of samba, she was very fair-skinned and white, so she helped this agenda by transforming samba from something of Afro-Brazilian culture to just Brazilian culture. Being able to change and shape their imagined community should show how flexible the term really is, especially the word imagine, since any group can be created from anything.
Imagined communities are important because in all reality, it is not possible to know everyone in your community. Instead of trying to learn and remember each person in your community, it is a lot simpler to imagine you have a relationship with them because there is something that ties you together. Even though they are called imagined communities, that does not make them any less real, and many of these communities have a lot of history that involves a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. They are a way of bringing people together through nationalism and pride and giving others a sense of belonging. An example of an imagined community that we see through a TV show is The Simpsons. The Simpsons reflects our society as they portray a mini-society filled with social institutions. Several elements of our nation are portrayed in The Simpsons, and that allows people to see how a family comes together and makes us feel like we are all in an imagined community together.